Siemano, witam was serdecznie w 6. odcinku z gry Thaumaturge. Kontynuujemy historię, tylko wam tutaj pokażę jeszcze wpisy. Dobra, no i teraz mamy się udać do domu na Śródmieściu. Tak więc lecimy.
We can go. The hardest thing was getting the lid of the urn. The scattering I could handle.
You can play the clown, but I know how much this has cost you. I'm glad you went.
Love at a funeral. Eros postmortem. Is it suitable for a young lady in mourning to fraternize with bachelors? Konstancja Szabłowska, the Warsaw Courier. Could I ask for a brief comment?
Hyena.
Thank you. And you, sir?
Przepędź hienę.
I can sort it out, but it might cause you some trouble.
It's not worth getting your hands dirty over.
Get out of here, or I might decide you're attacking an Imperial official, and you'll wake up tomorrow in the Citadel.
Are you threatening me, Judge?
I'm actually sparing you from him. Would you rather try your luck with a Thaumaturge? Come on, children. I'm sure my Pietia is already waiting for us at home.
I'd love to see my cousin.
Are you coming with us?
Zgadzamy się.
Thanks.
Get in. I'm sure the lawyer is already waiting for us.
I jak rozumiem, szybciutko poszło i jesteśmy w domku.
Miss, your guests have arrived. The lawyer's upstairs too, waiting. A trifle jittery. Wonder if the tea I made him was too strong.
Thank you, Grażyna, dear. Let the guests wait. First, I want to take care of the will.
I'll just wet my whistle and join you all upstairs.
Make sure Uncle makes it upstairs sober. And I'll suggest you don't dawdle either.
Master Victor, good God! Half your face covered, but I could tell right away it was you. You looked just like your father in his youth. Completely his spitting image. Should I make you some cocoa, Master? It would warm you up a little.
Ale niech się nie trudzi.
No need to fuss, Grażynka. I'm used to worse chills than this.
It's lovely to see you again. But that's enough jabber for now. I've got the guests and the cocoa, and I've got to whip up some food for you all later. We'll talk soon.
Okej. Mamy ogród, pierwsze piętro. A my mamy się udać do gabinetu ojca, tak? Portret ojca. Możecie sobie przeczytać. Nie będę wszystkich tych notatek czytał, także... Dodatek wieczorny też dla was. A i proszę, mamy kolejny poziomik. Mamy piwnicę. 365 obiadów za 5 złotych. No proszę, proszę, ile można za 5 złotych zrobić? Przepis na nalewkę. No dobra, zagadajmy naszego wuja.
Oh, I'm glad you're here. I thought I'd have to drink alone.
So many goodies laid out for the guests. Having trouble picking something for yourself, Judge?
But this was Stasios. It was special. Amber liqueur with quinces.
I think you mean quince liqueur with amber, right? If it's not here, I'm sure it's in the basement. But I won't grope around down there in the dark now. I've got my hands full.
Now, I don't want to trouble you either. Victor, could you track down a little bottle for your uncle?
I suppose I'm obligated to accept this mission.
Good lad. A nephew like you is a treasure.
Jeśli mnie pamięć nie myli, mieliśmy się nie upić. No ale cóż. Pinot Noir of Oregon. Butelka czerwonego wina ze Stanów Zjednoczonych. Alkohol trudno dostępny. Do butelki przylgnęła niemoc artykulacji, płynąca z wielkiego zdziwienia. Trudno było wykrztusić choćby słowo w podziękowaniu za wyjątkowy podarek. Słowa więzły w gardle, mimo upodobania do tego właśnie alkoholu, to ulubiony trunek, ale niepożądany prezent. Ślad pewny, Ligia. Co my tu mamy jeszcze? Portret matki. Dla was do przeczytania, oczywiście. Butelka białego wina prosto z południa Francji. Drogi alkohol, którym gustuje arystokracja. W winie wyczuwalny jest aromat brzoskwin, jabłek i pewnej dozy przekonania, że relacja między dwoma osobami zaczyna nabierać romantycznych rumieńców. Trunek wyższych sfer, podarowany mężczyźnie przez kobietę. Ślad znajomy. Jest i pigwówka. Niewielka butelka pigwowej nalewki z bursztynem. Trunek dla prawdziwych smakoszy. Od butelki czuć nie tylko słodki zapach pigw, ale i szczerą radość z nadchodzącego spotkania. To trunek, który jednoczy, osładza gorycz. Kot. Codzienność. Osładza gorycz codzienności. Element rytuału, któremu oddawało się z rozkoszą dwóch starych przyjaciół. Butelka Woronina. Każda butelka znaleziona w piwnicy Szulskich zawiera godny skosztowania trunek. Wujek Woronin raczej nie pogardziłby żadnym z nich. Przepraszam was, bo mi tu kot szaleje. No połóż się. Ale mamy butelkę i tutaj to by było na tyle. Jeszcze wujku, zanim pogadamy,
I don't want to put my foot in my mouth again. I already failed to recognize someone once today, but you look familiar.
Well, I should think so. I was the victim of one of your starling hunts. Voronins must not be very memorable, cousin.
Pietia! Forgive me, and for shooting you as well. How are you doing?
Just some heart problems, not a subject for today. I'm sorry about Uncle Stanisław. Forgive me for not coming to the funeral. I can't bear cemeteries.
We'll have to meet up again.
Goodbye.
No to pogadaliśmy sobie z kuzynem. Czy z kimś jeszcze tu mogę zamienić jakieś słówko, czy już? A to co? A popiersie morany. Do przeczytania. No dobra, chodźmy się nawalić.
How did it go? Mission accomplished?
No oczywiście damy butelkę nalewki.
I think this is the one Uncle wanted.
Yes. This is our little funeral battle. We would meet in Stasia's study after every funeral we went to, and raised a toast to the dead. And recently, we've been seeing one another more and more at such events. More and more. But this time, even he has left me. So, to an easy death, as Stasia and I used to say.
How did he die?
Hasn't Ligia told you?
I haven't even had the chance to ask.
He didn't suffer, but such images in the memory are better saved for later. I'd prefer to remember him as he was alive. What then? Am I drinking alone?
No dobra, no za lekką śmierć nie będziemy.
I suppose there's no reason to bear grudges or be angry, is there? To Stasio?
To an easy death.
Familiar faces keep vanishing from my life. Stasio and my Helena before him. I miss my little darling. I miss them both. Well, obligation fulfilled. Shall we get to the reading of the will?
At the funeral, there was this sad Jewish fellow, Mordechai Hayat. Do you know him, Uncle?
He worked for Stanisław, but that was a long time ago. I don't know him more than that. So, shall we collect our inheritance?
Jak najbardziej.
Yes, let's find out what my father hasn't left me.
Let's begin if everyone is ready. Would you all please take a seat? Ladies and gentlemen, by the power of my office vested in me by the grace of His Imperial Majesty, the Emperor of all Russia, I hereby testify. Mr. Shulski's last will and testament were prepared several years ago in the presence of Zaclav Fedorov, Esquire, that is, myself. My last will and testament recorded in the year of our Lord 1888. In the name of the Holy Trinity. Amen.
A wysłuchajmy.
Therefore, my first irrevocable wish is to appoint as executrix of this will my daughter Ligia Szulska. Immediately after my death, an inventory shall be conducted in full accordance with the law. After completing the inventory, all my personal movables will be sold at public auction. And let the funds raised thereby be donated on the anniversary of my death to the beggars near that cemetery. The administration of the remainder of my fortune I leave, without restriction, to the person of my daughter Ligia.
I'm not even getting a teaspoon.
All movables and immovables relating to the family enterprise I entrust to the care and administration of my daughter. I do not prescribe a method of administering them. I merely offer her one piece of advice. I wish that the business should be conducted with modesty, prudence, and honesty, as I have conducted it my whole life.
a joker to the very end.
To my brother-in-law and oldest friend, Alexander Voronin, I wish to leave the following. My collection of muskets and 2 revolvers, dating to the uprising in memory of our first meeting.
Stasio, I will have plenty to do in my retirement.
Enjoy your retirement. Now, Mr. Fedorov, what did my father leave my mother?
Victor, be serious.
Nothing. There is a special item reflecting the absolute lack of any bequest to my former spouse, Nadia Fyodorovna Voronina. I would also like to come to the aid of my only son, Viktor Shulsky, by entrusting him with the use of my personal black grimoire, in the hope that he will be able to make good use of it. This is my last will and testament. Carry it out solemnly, though you may have found it burdensome. However, this last bequest poses a certain problem.
Yes, it certainly does. And what is that, may I ask?
I am not in possession of this grimoire. The late Mr. Shulsky used it up until his death, yet no one left it with me after his passing.
Meaning it's disappeared? Did father have his grimoire on him at the time of his death?
It was only because of the grimoire that we could identify him at all.
What actually happened? How did he die?
A building collapsed on top of him. I don't know any other way of putting it.
The grimoire. Could someone have taken it? Perhaps. In all that confusion?
But why would anyone want Papa's grimoire? An ordinary person won't use it. Would the Thaumaturge just happen to be passing by?
Father had all his knowledge in there, but I don't know if it would be useful to someone other than him. I don't even know why he left it to me.
I'm sure Stasio had a reason.
A building? It collapsed on top of him? How? How did this happen?
It was a day like any other. Papa had gone for his habitual walk. Every Tuesday and Thursday, he'd take a stroll to get some space, as he put it. When he didn't come back for a long time, I got the bad feeling something had happened. Then,
We rode there together. An entire wall of a tenement had collapsed. There were 3 victims, including Stasio, who had the bad luck to simply be walking by. To see him there in that condition, it's beyond description.
Where did it happen? Where was this building?
The southern part of Śródmieście, not far from the police station. Anyway, you can miss it.
of all the possibilities, this was the death that fate prepared for him.
No nie będziemy chować urazy może.
I foresaw a slightly more pleasant end for him myself. I doubt even he deserved such a horrible death.
Those might be the kindest words you've ever said on the subject of a father.
How typical of his sort of person to keep a portrait in his study of a family that was only a family on canvas. Not long after the painting was done, he got divorced, ruined the Niedzicas, and kicked out his son. But there the portrait hangs, as if family meant anything at all.
I don't know what exactly happened with Abourice, but I know that Papa felt guilty. You don't want to forgive him even now that he's gone?
The dead need no forgiving. And as for forgetting, I don't know how. It's just a shame about the grimoire.
What do you intend to do?
And Mordechai Chayat. Could that be a lead?
I don't think so. He worked with father, but he left more than a year ago. I don't know why. He was an assistant at my store.
Do you know where I might find him?
Sadly, no.
Do you have any other ideas?
Father evidently knew a certain Ivan Konieczkin. Have you heard anything about him?
Konieczkin? No, doesn't ring a bell.
All sorts of people came to Papa's store. That doesn't mean every one of them might know something about the grimoire.
That's true. You've got your work cut out for you.
I think we have to look for the answer in the place where it happened.
With your sight, you can make out more in those ruins than I, or Uncle, or Detective could. This is a good lead, but is it the only one?
And where are Father's things at the moment?
You're standing at the very center of his kingdom. Not everything has been sorted through yet, but you go right ahead.
And the store? I should check that too.
I've started stock-taking there to distract myself, and I don't want you to go in there before I've finished.
As you wish. Now at least I can see how little I know. Maybe these scraps of information will lead me somewhere.
Well, now that we know what's got to be figured out, forgive me, my darlings. I'm going to give my old bones a rest.
I'll see you out.
Goodbye, Uncle. And, Ligia. I'm sorry it happened this way. That I wasn't close by.
The most important thing is you're here now.
No, to teraz będziemy szukali grimoiru, ale to za momencik, bo tu jakąś wiadomość dostałem, muszę odpisać, także zaraz do was wracam. No i już jestem z wami ponownie. A mamy Chopina muzykę. Liścik. Ludzkie serce warte więcej niż wszystkie bogactwa doczesnego świata. Wiadomość jest jedynie pozornie lakoniczna. W istocie pociągnięciem pióra towarzyszyło przyspieszone bicie serca, kierowane powściąganą życzliwością do adresata. Atrament przesiąknięty jest szczególną troską i ciepłem, które wniknęły we włókna papieru. Portret rodziny. No, tu coś jest. Maska rytualna. Drewniana maska przedstawiająca oblicze salutora znanego jako Szurale. Demoniczne oblicze obleczone jest nadzieją, która jako pierwsza do niego przywarła i satysfakcją, która przyszła niedługo potem. Wygląda na to, że ojciec wiązał z Szurle plany, które ostatecznie udało mu się zrealizować. Skórzana walizka. Na walizce osadziły się ziarna piasku w pustyni z podróży ojca do Afryki. Odstawił ją na miejsce, snując plany na kolejne wojaże w nieznane rejony świata materialnego, poszukując tego, co ukryte za zasłoną rzeczywistości. Książki o kulturach antycznych. Ojciec wertował raz po raz pożółkłe stronice. Wczytywał się wciąż w te same słowa, usiłując wyłuskać z nich jakieś znaczenie. Powtarzał jak mantrę słowa o poświęceniu i konieczności ofiary, zatrzaskując jeden z tomów i sięgając po kolejny. Co to wszystko znaczy?
How do you find our old stomping ground? Yes, I'm not too fond of this place either. This is where I had my last conversation with my father, just before I left. If you can call it a conversation. Can you see my dreams? Nightmares, actually. Ever since I decided to come back, I keep reliving the same memory. The loan shark incident. I've been seeing his death more and more lately. I wonder if his shop is still there. Perhaps we should go there and check.
Dowiedz się więcej o ostatnich chwilach ojca. Zapytaj Ligię o tajemniczą SR. Nadpalony list. Depesza od matki. I proszę, kolejny poziom. Ja sobie wszystkie te notatki będę nadrabiał między odcinkami także. Podejrzewam, że w większości przypadków to są po prostu zbędne pierdoły. No ale szkoda nie podnosić, jak to są poziomy doświadczenia jednak mimo wszystko. Tutaj pusto. O, proszę jeszcze. Kolekcja książek o okultyzmie. Grimoiry historycznych okultystów kipią od ojcowskiej dociekliwości. Zniszczone karty pełne dopisków na marginesach noszą ślady częstego czytania. Ojciec bijący z ekscytacji sercem zgłębiał demonologiczne tajemnice, poszerzając tym samym swoje horyzonty. Poszukiwania ojca. Myśli ojca zajęte były w ostatnim czasie wręcz obsesyjnym poszukiwaniem wiedzy. Związane jest to z czymś znacznie większym niż jego zwyczajowa ciekawość świata, z której go pamiętam. Szukał czegoś, polował na salutory. Zgłębiał tajemnice wszystkiego, co traumaturgii pokrewne. Nie wiem tylko jeszcze, dokąd go to zaprowadziło. Testament Stanisława. No to akurat znamy. Czyli tutaj wszystko. Tu byliśmy. O, mogę się przebrać. W takie czerwone szmatławce. Poważne zdjęcie. Popiersie kolejne.
Hello?
I talk here? Do you hear me now? Victor? Victor, are you there?
Grigori? Yes.
Victor, where are you?
On the other end of the line, at home, where the telephone rang.
Incredible.
Has something happened?
To me? No. I am telecommunicating with you to say I found lodgings here in Warsaw. If you need me, I'm by the cemetery. What number is it? Yes, 7 Powązkowska Street. Number 7 by cemetery. Powązkowska.
I'm glad. It's good to hear your voice.
It's good to hear you as well. Goodbye. I want to end now. What do I... like this? Wonderful device. Remarkable. Hello? Oh, and now?
Okej, Rasputin chyba nie do końca umie obsługiwać telefon. Lichwiarza jako poboczne mamy. Tylko że jeszcze... to... Jeszcze najpierw tutaj bym chciał... O, proszę, coś tu mam. Wiecie, jak się podróżuje w czasie. Wystarczy jeden łyk kakao. Ligia czyta książkę przed kominkiem, ja układam klocki. Rodzice kłócą się w pralni, jest ciepło, a później wszystko trafia szlak. Okej. Tu jest jeszcze jedno. Zaraz zagadamy. Nalewka to nie alkohol. Nalewka to lekarstwo. A że najpowszechniejszą chorobą śmiertelną jest życie, to cóż, ku zdrowotności. Okej, fajne, fajne. Mamy kolejny punkcik.
Master Victor, let me guess. Have you come for some hot cocoa?
A, no niech będzie.
A cup of cocoa would do me good.
Help yourself. The pot is in the salon, along with some of your favorite cookies. It's been an age since we've seen one another. I'm glad you're back. Mistress Ligia is really struggling with everything.
And so, the great Stanisław Szulski is dead, crashed by a building. Can't say I'd wish a death like that on anybody.
An awful death. Sheer cruelty. Mr. Szulski didn't deserve it. Now all we can do is think back on what a wonderful man he was.
That won't take long. So, this death, what do you make of it, Grażynka?
I'll tell you in confidence, Master Szulski. Now, I'm a simple woman, but something about your father's death doesn't sit right with me.
How do you mean, Grażynka?
Don't you suspect some impure powers had a hand in it?
Do you mean it could have something to do with thaumaturge?
That I don't know. Look at us jabbering while there are potatoes not peeled. Forgive me, Master.
Ligia won't open up to me, but how is she doing?
She's having a rough time, the poor dear. Her heart is heavy, though she doesn't show it. But she's strong. She keeps her chin up and doesn't give in. And it's good she's got you to help now, Master. Only she started smoking like a chimney. She takes after her father, no question about it.
Okej.
Another time, Grażynka. I'll get out of your way.
Always ample work, but I can always snatch a moment for a chit-chat with you, Master.
Have you found anything yet about the grimoire? Is there any way I can help?
In Father's study, I found a trace of a woman that I couldn't identify.
Probably Svetlana Rumyantseva.
Who is she? And what did Father have to do with her?
Svetlana is a Russian aristocrat who travels with the Romanovs' court. I can only tell you she was a customer of Father's.
A customer? If you don't want to say, then don't. Where can I find her?
When she's in town, she stays at the Imperial Hotel.
She might know something that will help me find the grimoire.
Not so fast. To get in, you're going to need me and my connections. Svetlana is famous for her soirees where she hosts the crème de la crème of Warsaw.
What's a soiree?
How long did you say you lived with Mother in Paris? Just a party, if you like. Do you know what that is?
Very funny.
We could go together. How about you track down some evening clothes and I'll sort out the invitation. And I won't take no for an answer.
Sadly, you never give me a chance. Unfortunately, everything in my wardrobe is antediluvian. I need a tailor.
There's a shop at 11 Pruzhna Street that's fairly decent and quick. We also have barbers in Warsaw in case you want to do something about whatever you have growing on your head and face.
Modna fryzurka. A, piwnica. Co my tu... Aha, tu mamy to, dobra. Okej. Nie ten guziczek. Tutaj macie do... no, notatki do przeczytania. A kurde, krasnoludka będziemy łapać. I jeszcze tutaj i tutaj. Jakby nie patrzeć, mamy całkiem sporo punkcików. Które trzeba będzie przemyśleć. Bo nie jestem do końca pewny, w co by tutaj... No na razie nie mam pewności, w co tam załadować, więc na razie sobie to zostawimy. No i co, zakończymy ten odcinek. W następnym odcinku zajmiemy się tym zadaniem, bo jak tu widzicie, piszę, szansa na ukończenie tego zadania kiedyś przeminie. Więc sobie najpierw to zrobimy, a potem będziemy kontynuowali pozostałe zadania. Ale to już w następnym odcineczku, także ja was serdecznie na niego zapraszam, a póki co Trzymajcie się, do zobaczenia. Cześć.